Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. It's time for a new moon reading. Okay, let's see. What are we going to start with? Thank you to all who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, subscribes, your donations, your comments. I really appreciate it. Remember, not everything's going to resonate here. Take what does, leave the rest. Take what helps you to help yourself. Here we go. Start with oracles. Maybe we'll move into dice. I haven't done dice in a while. Slippery slope. What? Watching to see what you do next. What do we need to know, Spirit, at this time for the new moon? Needs to be seen and heard by others. Okay. Needs to be seen and heard by others. Watching to see what you do next. Slippery slope. All right, let's get into this. Here we go. What do we need to know at this time, please, Spirit? So, Six of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Cups. I'm getting a couple of things right away here, but I'm just holding off for a little bit. Let's see what unfolds here. What's need to be seen and heard by others? King of Wands. Yeah, this is your energy needing to be seen and heard by others. You have some sort of really gifted skills speaking to others, connecting with others, presentation skills, public speaking maybe. Very dynamic. You have been, I'm hearing, made for this type of work, okay? And I'm feeling like you know this right away. Like you're resonating right away with, yep, that's me. Okay, so we've got the Four of Swords out here in the reverse. It's been a long haul, or there's a notation here to don't worry. Just be thyself. What's slippery slope here, Spirit? Page of Wands. Okay, here's what I'm hearing. The slippery slope is slippery because you inspire others. That can work many ways with people. You know, do they get kind of obsessed over what you can provide? Or are they resentful because they feel like they can't motivate themselves? Or, you know, for whatever reason. There's positive and negative reactions to you making this a slippery slope because of these amazing skills that not everybody possesses. Yeah, Seven of Swords here. So you could have some people, of course, when, you know, there's maybe jealousy involved here when you have skills others don't, and they really wish that they did. You know, I feel like that's why we're kind of getting the Seven of Swords energy, in that you can diffuse these situations and you're being told to do so, and you know you can, and you know it's just a reminder to do this maybe at all times because you can take the high road type of thing. But I mean, you're intelligent enough to see these situations coming because you've been in them many, many times. But also, part of the slippery slope is knowing that part of the deal is that you're going to run into this kind of negativity. Maybe people specifically speaking bad about you, when all you've done is help them or provide help or be enlightening in your comments or in your observations. Knight of Wands here. And you're being asked to just go boldly at it, regardless of the fallout, just go boldly at this because it is why you're here. It is why you have these skills. Okay, so sometimes easier said than done, but the burdens, Ten of Wands on the back, the burdens of this are that you have to get into a mode where you can let the negative go, you know, and you just know, well, that's just par for the course here, okay? because your skills are so significant and provide so much to others. There's just a need to try and control that, or control what people don't understand very well, or they don't have themselves, something like that. Yeah, kind of like a clean it up feeling I'm feeling right now. Watching to see what you do next. Yeah, you might have a lot of followers. You might be a reader yourself, a holistic healer. You're in the healing industry. To anything, you could be a politician. But something that's what you're doing is very positive. The Empress, what you're doing is very abundant. Now that could be kicked back to you in the way of finance. That could be very much, and what I see more so, is what you provide others. And there is some sort of energy here about people getting kind of weird about that. Like you doing a lot for people, and then all of a sudden there's some sort of bite the hand that feeds you or resentment there. And the message I'm getting here is that's just par for the course. But these very people that are, maybe speaking ill on your name are also watching eagerly, obsessively. What are you going to do next? So it's just an energy that's, definitely a slippery slope, and not to take anything personal and just keep working your piece. And your piece is... your piece of the pie that you're working at all times, Spirit says, is the talents that you've been given by the divine. This ability to speak and motivate others and change people's lives and be healing and helpful and healthy. Ace of Swords. And it's because of what you've been through that you're able to help others grow. It's some truth that you have, and I'm hearing... it's been a long road, and I'm feeling like people are crying about that road that you've been on, if this is resonating with you. But you've learned so much. Soulmate energy here. In the future, 3 of Wands. Look into your future. Your ships have come in. I feel like we're talking like they've already come in. Yeah, the path hasn't been easy. It's easy to cry about this path you've been on, but you've done it in such a way that I'm hearing mastered it. You've mastered it. You've mastered the lessons. You've mastered the speed bumps. You've mastered the difficulty. And that is why you were able to help others. Yeah, there's definitely clinging energy and energy that wants to, it's like they want to say, and here's how you get better, or here's my thoughts on how you can get better. And it's not so much to help you as to say, I'm just as good as you. And people, we're all doing our best. So it's a recognizing of that energy, that when people are stepping in to say, I'm just as good as you, and here are my thoughts on what you're doing, it's your decision to move forward how you'd like. Just like it's their decision to move forward how they like. But you're going to get that too, because you're in the limelight or something like that, where people feel like you're maybe open to hearing their thoughts, and maybe you are. And certainly I feel like the energy here in this room is, be open, because it's always good to be open and learn more and to improve. But also you're going to get people that are doing that just to say, I know best too, or I know too, or I can do what you can do. And they're not able to do what you can do, because we have our own sets of skills. These happen to be yours. So it's more of a discerning who you listen to, and get a select few, I'm hearing, that you can really take in what they have to say. And then the rest, be gracious with them, and knowing that they want to contribute positively, or sometimes they want to contribute negatively. But somehow you've affected them, and the energy is, be okay with that. That the affecting them has been what's been good that's come out of this. That you've affected some sort of, or ignited something within somebody. And I feel like this energy is saying, even if it's negative, that's interesting. Even if it's negative, it's still good. What's that all about, Spirit? Like you've motivated people who are maybe King of Pentacles, slow to do things, but even if it's negative, you've motivated them at least to take action or think things through more carefully. Okay. Yeah. The fact that you've initiated some sort of action in them is what's good here. You've sparked something in them. Whoa. Yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of entanglements with people, or people want to be like in your zone. They want to be in your space. They want to be too close, that type of thing. Transformation, Death card. It's like, even if it's a negative reaction, at least they're in the process of transforming. And I feel like Spirit's saying, it may be a negative reaction that helps them to transform in a positive way, even. Rather than just being kind of like no reaction, no thoughts. Living a life where there's kind of hopelessness, or it doesn't matter what I do, I can't change my life. It's kind of like, it's tricky, and I'm not saying it very well, I don't think, but even the negative reaction to you at least promotes some sort of action from somebody who otherwise would have maybe just not jumped back into their life, okay? And the jumping back in is what helps them to kind of restore themselves and their self-confidence. Even though it's like sparked by a negative, they transform it into at least action that then, if properly thought through, vetted, can be positive action after that. Ten of Swords and the Magician. Yeah. You spark a lot of endings. That could be the negativity too. That people need. Like if they're in this kind of stagnant energy, even if they have a negative reaction to you, and I feel like they mostly have a positive reaction, but this little bump I'm trying to get over is, even if they have a negative reaction, they're still taking action to something that they need to change, they need to stop, they need to close out in their life, which ultimately turns into a big transformation for them. And the wheels get moving, and they get moving quickly here. So what's the Six of Wands here, Spirit? The tragedy is the Tower on the Six of Wands. When you come at somebody with your skill sets, which includes a lot of love for people, for this planet, for the universe, it's divine love that's so broad. The tragedy is when somebody doesn't accept that and they stay kind of that, I want to say monotone, but it's not that. It's like inactive. The tragedy is when people encounter you and just decide to stay the same. Page of Cups is out here because you're all about newness and new and youth and young and beauty and serendipity, and anything is possible, and a lot of people admire you. There's going to be, I feel like, a few that will encounter you and not be changed. But that's the real tragedy, Spirit is saying. That narrow percentage, Five of Pentacles, that don't get anything out of the interaction with you. And that's the focus then? Let's find out. Because that's a very narrow percentage. Six of Cups. The big gift that you have to provide them is divine love, that it exists, that it can change your life, the belief in that. Now, I'm also hearing it doesn't necessarily have to be like public speaking. A lot of it is, very charismatic jobs. But you can be in any kind of industry and you make a difference. Let's say you're an engineer, you make a difference. And maybe you're not considered quote unquote dynamic, but what you do is dynamic. It's dynamic for this world, what you're creating, what you're building. The projects that you're working are dynamic for the environment or for the world, something like that. So this read broadens here as I listen to the messages coming in. King of Swords, yeah, the strategy. The strategist. Very good intellect here with the King of Swords. And the promoting of that in others. Strategize more with your life. Think about your life. Don't just tolerate life or survive, but where is it you want to be? How do you see your life unfolding the way you want it to? That type of making an impression on others. The Four of Cups in the reverse. For those that feel like they don't have a voice, they are unseen. You bring them out from the shadows. You expose them to the world and the world to them. They're no longer looking down, expecting nothing. They're inspired and expecting more of this. Strategize how you'd like your life to look. How do you get there? What are the steps? Take baby steps. Yeah, Judgment is out here. Everything comes out. You help people to take a look at their life in an honest way. As a speaker, as a motivator, let's say as an engineer, whatever you're creating or building helps the environment, and we get to take a look at environmental issues more honestly, that type of thing. What are we going to do? What's the strategy here for bettering the environment? That type of thing. You can see where the thread runs through a variety of different industries or career choices. Ace of Cups. But it all starts with leading with love. Yeah. Busting through barriers. New moon bringing here, Spirit? So with the new moon, I feel like the main message is the new moon energy is a reminder of how skilled you are, where you are. And especially if you're resonating with this, you feel like, yeah, I found my niche. These are really good skills that I have. And the divine in agreement with that and what you can do and what you have done. And particularly, I feel like a big part of the message is note that there'll be negative and positive that come from these talents you have, and particularly when you get out into the public eye. But you understand them to be a part of the process and don't take them to heart. The Wheel of Fortune is out here and the Page of Cups, because it's kind of like an energy of nothing can touch you when you're in your divine space, doing your divine work. The energy is that you're doing what you should be doing in this world. You feel that. You definitely feel that. And you see where everything connects. And you're a part of that connection or the connections. Or you bring about connections so that others can also connect to like a bigger picture. You're very admired for this. You get the Page of Cups twice. Really youthful energy. It's also like when you're in this kind of energy, everything is effortlessly done. It's effortlessly feeling because you're where you're supposed to be. And that keeps you youthful. You may feel like even looking in the mirror, you've lost years because there's an enjoyment there. And so you're looking like the radiancy within is also on the outside. You might have people say, "Oh, what's your new skincare regime? Because you're looking good these days." Yeah, Page of Cups energy. And also, this is big energy on things just fall into place. Everything is kind of that, like I said, effortless. Things fall into place. Let's grab a charm. Interesting energy for the new moon. You've got the shark out here is predator energy. The shark is always moving and always looking for the next opportunity to eat. Okay. And the sewing machine, mending. But you mend the predator ways, or you mend the negativity in others. You help people that are just constantly searching. Where's my place? What's my angle? What am I to do here? Where do I find? It's like they're searching for peace all the time. You help them find that. You help them mend. And if you're doing something that isn't in the healing industry, because we talked about that too. Let's say with our example of the engineers, people looking. I want to make a difference. How do I make a difference? Somehow you mend that by what you're doing. Here's how you make a difference. This is an issue that needs to be addressed. It's not being addressed. Let's address this. Let's form a group. Let's form a team. Let's collaborate on this. Something people can feel a part of something. So yeah, new moon energy, that's all about, I'm being reminded, the King of Swords energy, which is strategy and writing a list of what it is you want to see happen with the new moon. It's your manifestations. Write them down and then put them in a stainless steel bowl. And I just say that because that's just an important component. Sometimes people don't remember, and I had to learn through trial and error. Put these manifestations on a little piece of paper, put them in a stainless steel bowl and burn them. And, of course, carefully watch the fire and put them out into the universe. That's always under a new moon. You want to be doing that. That's bringing in these manifestations. Or if you don't want to go to that level, then, sit in prayer or meditation, manifesting in the strategic energy, the intellectual energy of the King of Swords. Bring that and let it envelop you with the new moon. Bring in your manifestations, write them down, be clear, and then send them out into the universe, and then act like they've already happened. Okay? And watch them come in. And it may take a time or two, where you're like, does this work? Okay, stay with it. You'll see. It does work. So let's see. We grab some charms, and I did mention dice. Let's grab some dice. New moon energy. I'm seeing Lot. That might be a last name I'm hearing, Lot. Nerd, yeah, that could be our great engineers. Not that we think they're nerds, but they'll even say they categorize themselves as that. Sometimes North, something North. I'm seeing love. Yeah, we talked about the going forward and lifting people up. I see lifting people up with the love here. Quick. This happens quick. Quick transformation happens quick. Things happen quick. It's the serendipity because you're in the right place. You're right where you need to be, using the skills that you need to be using. Go for it. Sharpen your skills, or your skills are sharpened at this point. Fun. Keep it lighthearted. That Page of Cups energy, serendipitous, lighthearted, fun. Cloud-like energy. Looking for messages within the clouds or keeping it light. Cloud energy. Cups. That's love. More of the in tarot. That's the love energy. More of the love energy coming out here. Lean into this. Light. Yeah, keep it light. Keep it light. That's for that energy that comes in that's negative or critical or giving you pointers, Keep it light. People just want to be a part of your light. And you have a very big light and they just want to be a part of it. So be discerning with who you listen to and how you strategize your life forward, and keep it light. Keep it light. You know best, and you have discerned a few people that you also trust in how you move forward. And I think you got a good system going there. That is your message for our new moon. I hope that you've liked it. If you have, please do like, share, subscribe, comment. It really helps the channel. And until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.